Did not like me. Okay. Thank you, Jesse. Okay.
So if you want to take two, we can do a take two.
Okay. Well, thank you so much again, everybody, for coming to my TED Talk. Today, we're going to be looking at the site TeacherMade. It allows you to be able to convert pre-made worksheets into digital form. So you can take things that you've been using for years and be able to make it into a digital worksheet to share with your in-person students on the computer, or you can use it for your virtual students. So the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to log in, and you can log in with a Google account. And then you can see that I have a lot of worksheets already set up, but today we're going to create a new worksheet. So on the top, you have two options. You have My Worksheets and you have Create a Worksheet. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new worksheet. And for the purpose of today, I'm actually going to create a third grade math test. So I'm going to say math test. And then here, if I wanted to add a little bit of extra detail about the worksheet or what the purpose of it is, I can add it here. So this is the most important part for the worksheet, because if you go to create a worksheet just from there and you think it's going to upload later, it won't. You just need to click this gray box to be able to search your desktop. It's not going to show you my all of my worksheets, but I'm going to go and find my document. And you can use a PDF, you can use a picture, like if you want kids to be able to label a picture or a diagram. You can use a GIF, you can use a Word doc. It's very versatile in that way. So I have my chapter test. I upload it. And it's important to note that if you're using a big file, the program only allows you to upload up to 20 sheets. So if you do have a PDF that may be 100 or more pages, you might need to go through another program to be able to kind of break apart that PDF. So for this math test, I do want both pages. So I make sure that those are clicked because it has the red border, and then I'm going to click Create Worksheet. Now it's going to show me my worksheet, and this is exactly what I want the students to fill out. Now is the fun part. This is where you're going to do the multiple choice, where you're going to do short answer, and you have a lot of different options at the top of the screen. So the first option is short answer. This is where if you are giving students a little bit more of like, you want them to write a sentence, or you want them to, sometimes I have them practice typing their name. So I might include it in a worksheet like this. So for the purpose of today, I'm going to try out the short answer. And then I have my little cursor, and I'm going to drag it to create my text box. And now I see that it has like a little question mark there. And now I'm going to go to edit answer. And so here I can assign a point value to the question. For this, since it's their name, I don't want them to score it. And then a list of possible answers. If you're looking for specific answers or keywords in your response, you can type all of those here. And if a student types them in, it'll mark it correct. So I'm going to save changes. And so now the student will see this text box here, and they'll be able to type in their name. This is the most fun part. Since these are multiple choice, I can actually draw my little multiple choice bubbles. So up here, they have a lot of different options. They have a drop-down menu if you have drop-down choices. They have an open answer. They have matching, true, false, and multiple choice, or checkboxes and hotspots. So I'm going to use my multiple choice function, and I see that my first answer has 3 different choices. So I'm actually going to click where it says 3 choices. And now I have my little cursor. I'm going to draw my text boxes or draw my bubbles over, and I can adjust them to the size. So that looks good. And then I can even make it transparent as well, just to make sure that it's aligning correctly. And then I'm going to go to edit multiple choice. I can say the number of point values I want the question to be, the number of choices. And then when I'm all done with that, I'm going to click the right answer. So 500 plus 400 equals 900. I'm going to click that answer. Now that if the student clicks that answer, it'll give them the points that I assigned it. And then I can just keep going through the rest of the worksheet. Here is a word problem. So I want the students to be able to type the number of students. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the short answer. And then I'm going to say, oh my gosh, Stacy, do math. Do math for me. 329 plus 626. Go. You teach math.
I'm sorry, I was muted. 955.
Thank you. 955. And so I'm going to assign the point value to that. There's the correct answer. Boom. And then you could do either or. You can also assign like a number. You can insert a number here, and that could be an answer. So you can either do the short answer or you can do the number. If you are doing another mathematical equation, you can also do like fractions, mixed numbers, algebraic expressions. I know that we teach elementary school, so we don't necessarily go into mixed numbers or algebraic expressions, but it's there for you. If I accidentally drew this box, I can actually go in and edit, and I can delete it or duplicate. And then once I'm all done and I filled in and my worksheet is complete, I don't actually have to save it. It automatically saves it for me. I go to my worksheets, and here is my math test. So what I'm going to do now is I click on my math test, and it shows when I created it, when it was last modified. If I wanted to make sure to see what the students are seeing, I can preview the worksheet. And then you can see there's a text box to be able to type their name. There's the multiple choice. There's my short answer, my word problem. So everything looks good there. And now I'm ready to create the assignment to share it with my students. So I'm going to click create assignment. And then I can have them log in with a couple of options. I can either have them use their Google account, or if your students really know their name and ID very well, they could do that. I always recommend using it with Google account because I'll show you in a second. So I'm going to click use with Google account. And then I have the option of being able to show students their score when they submit their work. That's totally up to you. And then you have an option of how you want it to be displayed. Points earned, possible points, percentage, or percent score. And then I'm going to click create assignment. When I'm all done, it gives me the link to be able to share it with my students. I can either copy it to the clipboard or I can share it directly into my Google Classroom. So we're going to have a chance to play around with this today. So since you guys are the ones here, I'm going to have you guys practice opening up this link. So I'm just going to send you guys a quick email since I don't have the chat. Okay, get ready. My email's still loading. Okay, Stacy Aguilar. Okay. Okay. So it is sending. Now it's sent. So while you guys do that, I'll pull up what you see on the teacher's side after you assign the worksheet. And you can see that when I go to my worksheets, it says math test, and it shows that I've already assigned the math test. Okay, so now my students, Jesse and Stacy, have already opened up the test because I can see that 2 students have opened up the test. And I can see that both of them are waiting to finish. There will be a submit button on their side. So once they are all done, the program will ask the students if they're sure that they're ready to submit. And I see that Stacy got a 100%. Great job, Stacy. And Jesse needs a little bit more help, but that's okay. So the nice thing about this now that they've submitted them, I can actually click on the score and I can actually see what they chose. So I see that Stacy chose 900 and I see that she had the right answer for the word problem. So I can comment or I can return to student. Since Jesse got a 0, I might have to go and return the worksheet back to him. So I can see that Jesse chose the wrong answer for the multiple choice. And I can even see which one's the correct answer if I hover over it. And I can see here that maybe I need to write a comment. So then I can actually write a comment to Jesse saying like, please show your work. And then I can actually return it back to him by just sending him the same link. So if I send him the same link, he'll be able to open up the assignment again and he'll be able to check his work. Any questions so far? Yes, Jesse.
So I was one of those students that you returned the test to, just for a difference of, typical student. When you say you're returning it back and the comment saying show your work, is there ability to add in a box so that they can show their work either before, during the test or after the test, or before, sorry, during the test taking time or after you've sent it back to the teacher or the student?
Good question. So probably what I would recommend in this situation is if you're doing it, if you're sharing it via Google Classroom, you can create your link to be an assignment, and students can take a picture or upload a picture of their work to show work. I'm not really sure, just because with all the typing, especially for math, I don't think there is a way for them to show their work on there. But that's a good question. Let me think about it a little bit more and I'll get back to you, Jesse. Good question, though.
Okay, because I'm also wondering if there's a draw feature in as one of the options, and what that would look like on the worksheet.
Let's see.
On the teacher side when they get it back.
Let's see. The nice thing about this program too is that I think they're still working on it, and I've been seeing their support section is actually really helpful. I know Stacy was asking me whether or not this can be uploaded to Schoology, and I did check their help section, and a lot of people had talked about uploading it to Schoology, so I did learn a lot from there. So there could be an option where if there's enough need that this particular developer can add that kind of function in there. Let's go back and let's try to see if we can add a drawing function to it. We have text, image. Ooh, look at that. You can actually insert an image. Aha. The more you know. So there is an image function. I'd have to see if there's a function over there. Good question. Good question.
I mean, it would be a pain, but you could probably add a text box and just have it not graded.
That's true. That could be.
That would probably take, I mean, fourth graders maybe, but it'd probably take them longer to type.
That's a good point. I do just want to show you some of the other functions. For the drop-down menu, you can insert a drop-down where you can have all of your answer choices, where you can list your choices, and then the students could pick from the one choice. If there are multiple options, I can say, hi, hello, and save. So I can make sure that they'll see that drop down. There's also an option for an open answer. And for the open answer, you can also give them a sentence stem. Like I can say, Smith Elementary School has, and then the students can then type afterwards and they can tell me how many students the elementary school has. There's also an option for matching. So like if this is my answer choice and I'm just making this up, fish to stop, I can have something like that. Oh, I see. So I can go to fish and hold down the shift key, do the matching. And so then they would match fish to stop for whatever purpose. There's also true false, where you can either have true false, TF, yes, no, or YN. So if, say for example, I had it for number 2, is the answer 900, or is the answer 800, true or false? That one could be true. Then there's also text, or the multiple choice for the checkbox. So if there was more than one right answer, I know that they have those on the CPAs. You can have 1, 2 be correct, because I know there are some questions where it says choose 2. And then hotspot. Didn't actually try this feature out yet. I don't know what a hotspot is. Oh, shoot. Let's see. Okay. That's for another day for us to explore. So once you have all of your worksheets and you've assigned them and you've gotten all of the assessment data, one thing that you can do is, if you wanted to use this for the gradebook, you can actually export your scores to a spreadsheet, or you can set your submissions as complete, or you can delete your assignments. So I'm not taking any more submissions on this assignment, so I'm going to say it's complete. So if the students were to go back and want to do this, because I know some teachers reset their assignments at the end of the week, they would not be able to submit for this assignment anymore. One really great detail that I just found out today, super exciting, is if you are on a team and you do want to share a worksheet that you made with the other people on your team that also have a TeacherMade account, you can actually share the assignment. So I can actually click the 3 dots next to my assignment and go to sharing. So it says, want to make sure that it's used by another user. I'm going to enable sharing for this assignment. I'm going to click copy, and then I'm going to share it with my teammates. So then they can actually assign it to the students in their class. One final thing.
Joanna?
Yes.
Do you know, does it make a copy of it? So if they want to edit it, it doesn't mess up mine?
Yes, yes. So it's going to make them a brand new copy. Just so they don't have to reinvent the wheel. Yep. One final thing, I will show you guys how, and I'm not like fluent at it yet. I'll show you guys how to add this into Schoology to be able to assign it. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to assign the worksheet, have the students log in with Google, and create assignments, and I'm going to copy to clipboard. Next, I'm going to go to Schoology. Schoology, right? Yeah, that's the name of it, right? Okay. And I'm going to go in and I will have my sample classroom.
Toby's crashing your meeting.
Hi, Toby. Hi, Toby.
He's very excited about it.
Oh, little babe. Okay. So I'm going to go into my Schoology and I'm going to click. Oh, sorry. It's taking a little while to load. I'm going to click Add Materials and I'm going to go to Add Assignment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to call it Math Test. I'm going to make sure that I'm going to make sure that I disable submissions. I'm going to put the due date, what have you. And then this is where I'm going to insert the link. So I'm going to click the link, insert it there, and I'm going to say, click for math test. And I'm going to attach. So now it's there. This may not work. I'm not fluent in it, and then my screen is too big for me to be able to see the buttons on the bottom. And I'm going to click create. There's my assignment. It's loading. I'm going to click on the math test. Click on the link. And it opens in a new tab. And the kids can now click begin with Google.
Does it open behind the window or as another tab?
As another tab.
Okay, because that's the problem we're having with McGraw-Hill, is it opens as a new window and it goes behind it, and trying to tell them online how to access behind.
No miss. So now I actually opened it as a student. Now I can actually click my answers. Smith Elementary has like 959 students. And then I'm going to click. If I'm not done with this, if I need more time, if my teacher was like, oh, we got to go, I'm going to click save for later. And now I can actually come back to this link again and be able to finish. Or if I'm done, I can always reload the worksheet. If I'm done, I'm going to click done. Okay. And now I've submitted it. And if my teacher allowed me to be able to see the answers that I got right or wrong, they'll actually pop up here. All right. Well, that's all I have for today. If anyone else has any additional questions.
Welcome to TED Talk.
Thank you. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Yes.
I had one question though about the drawing, the matching. It showed the pencil. Does it do a straight line, or does a pencil mark pretty much follow the mouse pad tracks?
Let's find out. Let's find out, shall we? Okay.
And then I have one more question about the link that you post into Schoology? I know you say you're testing with it, but I just had a comment or a question about that.
Yeah. Oh, go for it. What's your question?
Oh, sorry. So I know that that's one way of putting links in through the assignment. If you post through links, is that different, or does it treat it differently? Or
yeah, so if you I tried it out with just posting it as a link. What happens is it has a really hard time because that first page that pops up when they click on the link has them sign into their Google account, and it really doesn't like them signing into a Google account in school.
have you tried switching it so that it opens up in a new tab?
Ooh, do you want to show me?
I would, but I'm afraid of switching over to messing up your video.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. Or we can till the end of the recording, and if I find anything different, I could.
And maybe Stacey might have some insight on that, if you do.
I've done add the assignment with Google Slides, and it's a pain because just like in Google Slides, they can delete stuff. So I like that on here, they can't delete the text boxes. Will you click on hotspot just to see if it does anything?
It just changes color. Oh, but I guess there is an option here where they can draw, and they have a highlighting feature, which is great for if you need text evidence.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So let's go to this.
Yeah, that's really awesome. Okay, cool. So, all right, it does straight line, but seeing that up there, you could put a box or a text box saying, show your evidence for math with whatever lines or dots or whatever.
Yeah. So there is an option where if the students needed to show their work, they can say like 329. It's not great, but it's something. Plus 626.
And I would say with any tools that any online tool, ed tech tools that you're trying out with your students, have a worksheet that's just purely for fun, so that they play with drawing, play with highlighting, play with the paintbrush and filling in, so that they're confident with those tools when you actually throw them into a worksheet.
Absolutely. We did something when I first introduced this to my students. We didn't do something necessarily fun per se, but we did something that was very, very simple that all students felt very successful at. So they felt very comfortable with the tools, using the tools. Well, thank you guys for being such a great audience. Thank you so much for coming to my TED Talk. If you have any additional questions, you know how to reach me. There are some other people from the district that might be seeing this. So you can always reach me at jsimone@madisoned.org, or my extension is 7267. Thank you guys so much for coming.
Thank you, darling.
Okay, can I stop recording?
Yes, you may. Yes, you may.
Okay. All right, thanks.